Welcome. Welcome back. This is Patience Killen with Creative Brain Balance. This is my fourth video in my series, Nurture Your Personal Peace. And there will be one more video that does a brief overview of all four. But this one deals with play, and the title is Wipe Out Stress with Play. And play, as a very broad definition, many of us adults think of play as frivolous, of only certain ways of being to play, board games or soccer or tennis or whatever. Play is anything that engages the body that we can fully concentrate on in the moment, and it's absolutely essential. It's a primal activity. It's evolved over millions of years. And most importantly, it stimulates the prefrontal cortex in our brain. And this is the area that is responsible for emotional development and for cognitive functions, how to plan, how to organize. So it's absolutely essential. We learn through play. It's absolutely essential to develop. It's also the core of our creativity and where we loosen up enough to step into innovation, being more present. One definition of it is that play is the purest expression of our humanity and our individuality. Now, one writer, current writer, has written a number of books. His name is Daniel Pink. But in his book, A Whole New Mind, he talks about the 6 aptitudes that are absolutely essential today for career success and personal fulfillment. And one of them is play. So we're getting news from neuroscientists as well as social scientists and curious people in general that play is absolutely essential for our health. Now, physically, what's wonderful is play stimulates endorphins, those good feeling chemicals, like oxytocin. It supports your social interactions and reduces stress. Dopamine, that's another good feeling chemical, which has to do with reward and motivation. Serotonin, that promotes a happy mood and helps with your memory. And also, noradrenaline improves your focus and your response to stress. And there are many more, but those are the ones we would hear most commonly about. So when we play, these chemicals are released, which help us maximize our well-being and our performance. You know, if we feel good, we can handle whatever comes our way better, whether it be in a work situation, a personal situation. So I have an exercise which is very interesting called body mapping, because I want to focus on the physical body in this particular video, that I will give you at the end. So I'm going to go briefly over some real quick fixes to wipe out stress, and they're considered playful solutions. First one, kind of a stunner, is silence. It brings the brain into focus. It helps one concentrate. So this is where mindfulness comes in. Another one is yawns. If every hour or as often as needed, you do 2 long, slow stretches and 1 long, mindful breath, either one or the other or both, You totally reboot your brain. Now, you don't have to go into some big long meditation. This is a misnomer. This is not true. You can reboot your brain to release those chemicals in minutes, and you can do it regularly. Okay, another one is to focus on a value word. Come up with a word that you feel that touches you emotionally, that makes you feel good. Could be connection. It could be popcorn because you relate to connecting with other people and leisure, and you just feel good all over with the times you've had when you're eating popcorn. It could be a family tradition, who knows? It could be peace, love, anything, but it has to mean something to you. It's suggested that you think of that word in the morning and throughout the day. And just that alone will reduce your stress. These are all neuro wisdom exercises. Okay? So we have the word, we have one long mindful breath. Of course, you can do more. 2 yawns. Again, you might have to fake it for a couple of times, go through the motions before you get a real yawn. So those are wonderful. Also, very slow movements. You might do a little bit of Tai Chi or yoga. Something about slow, feeling into your body with slow movements elevates mood. It reduces anxiety. These are all proven benefits from the studies on the brain. It's just to me, it's just amazing how we can do it in such a short period of time. Okay, another one. Feel water. Now we can all find water. And yes, we touch water often during the day, but do we actually feel it? So you can run your hands under a faucet. You can dip your hands in a glass. You can, be taking a shower, whatever, but get into the feeling of what it's like on your body. Once again, you're getting into the now, which reduces anxiety. Another one is just get outside. Nature's incredibly healing. And focus on what is in your immediate environment, whether it be the clouds moving or an animal having fun, the leaves being whisked along by the wind, anything but to follow that. Once again, that will release some dopamine, or one of the chemicals. So I think it's just amazing. So I will just say that don't let your daily schedule delete play. We rob ourselves of play. We rob ourselves of keeping our memories sharp, of keeping our moods elevated, keeping our attitudes open and happy. This is all very easily done if you use some of these suggestions that I've given you. Okay, so now I want to show you a exercise, and it's from Lucia Capacchione's book. You can get this on Amazon. Hello, this is your body talking, and it's called body mapping. One thing I didn't mention so far is any art activity activates the chemicals, the good feeling chemicals. It can be working with clay, it's making marks, anything. It doesn't have to be movement of dance or whatnot, but remember, journaling is absolutely, James Pennybacker has written several books on the power of healing with journaling using feeling words. of how your body is, done studies of how that helps people heal faster. So anything to do with the arts is also a stress reducing anxiety considered play, any one of the arts. Okay, so I'm going to have you get a blank piece of paper and some colored magic markers. It'd be ideal if you have a box of them. Just makes it more fun, and your brain knows there's a difference between certain things. Now you can do a stick figure. This is expressive arts is all about your personal art, and this is an expressive art exercise. This is body mapping, talking with your body, and expressive arts are very non-threatening because it's amazing how you can reveal things that you couldn't figure out and analyze just by doing some simple art exercises. So you make a body, and like I said, this could be a stick figure, but as you can see, it's very simple. And then get your magic markers there, and then sit down, take some deep breaths, some yawns, and do a body scan. Start at your head, go down, and tune into how each part feels. The neck, the arm, the hand, the fingers, the thighs, the knees, the feet. And you can have music if it doesn't have lyrics and it's relaxing, if that helps you. But take your time doing that body scan. But you've got to do your relaxing before you start that. You might say, oh, this is aching, that's aching. Note that. And when you finish scanning from top to bottom, take your diagram and fill in with colors how it feels. So I had a little bit of a headache, my neck was a little sore, I had just a dull ache in my hip, and there was just something from tight shoes on my foot. Okay. Pick one ailment, the one that's the most prominent, the physical ailment that is most prominent, or the physical discomfort. There you go, dis-ease. That's what disease, you're out of ease with your body. And we're going to ask some questions. And we call this dominant, non-dominant journaling. You're going to write the question with your dominant hand, and that would be the hand you normally write with. Even if you're ambidextrous, is one hand you usually write more with. And the non-dominant is the one you don't usually write with. So you'll be slowed down when you're writing with that. It can be cursive or print. You're going to answer the question with your non-dominant hand. The questions are, it's an interview. I'm going to choose my neck. Okay. What are you? Oh, I'm the pain in your neck. How do you feel? Red hot and stiff. Okay. What causes you to feel this way? And what's my answer? I was forced to do an exercise for too long because I'm a perfectionist. I wasn't forced, but I did one exercise too long. Okay. What's the lesson? What would you like me to know? So you're going to answer it with a non-dominant hand. Every question is with the dominant hand, you write it out, and every answer is with the non-dominant hand. Okay. What do you want me to know? Perfectionism is not necessary to be happy. Okay? And I always add, is there anything else? I write the question, is there anything more? And then I let my non-dominant hand answer. Okay, so you've got some information. Then turn the paper over and make another body. Once again, it could just be a stick figure. And this is the picture of health. And make little cartoon bubbles, word bubbles, and just put in there what you want it to be. I want it to be, feels like a top spinning. I'm all well. So that's a lot of difference from a pain in the neck where I feel I can't move it. And my headache, or up there. Okay, you can put word bubbles everywhere. I feel good and healthy. Stretchings solve this, and I love stretching. Whatever. But put things that are healing, that you're beyond this physical situation. And then keep this in a place where you can see it. And reinforce the positive picture of health. And your brain will be working on this. It's just, you just got to tell your brain what to work on. And it will. So that is the expressive art exercise. Now you know about non-dominant and dominant journal style. Dominance with the hand that you normally write with. You ask the question. Non-dominant hand answers that question. That exercise is in the book. Again, below this is your body talking. Okay? Now, if you want to know more about play, Brown wrote a whole book on it. I've read many sources, but this is exclusively about play. Very interesting. Okay, so that's it for Wipe Out Stress with Play. That's all I have to say today. And please come back and look at my recap. And if you haven't seen the first 3 videos, take a look. Thanks for joining me. Bye.